Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Okay, so this music we're listening to, it's by a young lady. I don't know if her name is Sami, but her acronym on YouTube is S.A.M.I. And she makes music that is essentially about heartbreak. Now, real briefly, this song was she actually created this song for me. It's how she does it is you write a story about an experience in your life, and she writes the lyrics, and then she creates the music through her computer, etc. So I was listening to another one of her songs. Let's see if I can remember which one it is. Yeah, it's called Nameless Emotions, Female Vocals, Official Lyrics, Sami. And I read something on there. I'm going to read it off to you right now. Okay, so actually this song that I found it on is Ritual of the Broken, Female Vocals, Official Lyrics, Sami. Again, it's on YouTube. I'll probably put a link, if I can remember, I'll put a link at the top of the description box. So someone wrote in there, I'm not going to lie, when I hear your music, I can't help to feel that there might be someone out there that understands me in the moments I feel useless and not wanting to express myself. Because no one listens in my life anyway. Thank you. You just earned a fan. Thank you. Now, when I read that, I was like, wow, that's how I feel about her music. It's like I can't help to feel like there might be someone out there that understands me. That's the part that really got me. And I've been writing her little notes, or in their comment section, like, wow, I really like this song. It makes me cry. It's really emotional. It's really deep. And it dawned on me, I emailed her and said, hey, this is what my business is about. This is what my real course is about. It's about emotions and love and feeling. And in fact, I said the emotions are what I'm actually reading the email right now. The emotions are what my work is all about. And it said, I so want to get my seminar business up and running and play your songs, or better yet, have you show up and DJ them. So let me read that off one more time, just that first part of the sentence. She says, when I hear your music, I can't help to feel like there might be someone out there that understands me. And it really kind of caught me off guard, because I thought, wow, is that how far we've come as a society? I think a lot of people, because a lot of you over the last 5-6 years on my channel, especially when I was doing the narcissist abuse videos, were like, I will never date again. I am so done dating. I am so done this. And we've kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like we've become, and this may not be the right word, but it's like we've kind of become so complacent that we've just accepted, well, this is just the way life is now. Not even realizing that we're thinking that, because I don't think we've ever said that, but it's almost like, well, this is life. It didn't used to be this way, but it is now, where we don't feel like anyone's ever going to understand us, anyone's ever going to be there for us, anyone's going to show up for us. That we're essentially going to be, at least emotionally, alone forever. Because I think a lot of it is, there's so many narcissists out there, and they're just damaging people. They're just, and it's like, I think I think we've turned a corner where people are like, no more. But part of that is we've been so hurt and damaged by them that we're not willing to date anyone, thinking, well, everyone I've dated is a narcissist. Well, that may be true, but that doesn't mean everyone's a narcissist. And that is part of the goal of a narcissist, is to damage you so much that you'll never deal with that type of person, whether it's in business or relationship or whatever. You know how over the last 10 years or so, more and more people are waking up and saying, yeah, it's the people at the top that are dividing us down here. Well, there is truth to that, but who are those people? They are narcissists, okay? Now, understand narcissists have a militant military ranking that goes all the way down. There's a store I used to go to a lot, and this cashier, when this lady walked up that worked in the back, he literally stood at parade rest, and I was like, holy shit. Like, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, what's going on here? Sorry, not parade rest, but at attention, where you stand up erect, your hands are in a clasped, like fist-like position, and down at your sides. And I'm looking at this guy. I looked at his hands. I'm like, what the? I mean, it was the weirdest thing in the world, because he never acts like that. It was like she was a general, and she walked in the room, and I was waiting for him to salute her. Here's what I'm trying to say: they actually do these things in front of you, and you don't notice it. And when she left, I'm like, what was that? And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, dude, you literally, like you're in the military, like an officer walked in the room. You put your feet together, you put your legs together, you put your hands together, and you stood up erect, and you held your head, perfect. And I'm like, who is she? Is she like your boss or your general? He's like, no, she's not my boss. I'm like, well, why did you stand like he doesn't stand that way for nobody. But man, it was like he had to do it. So here's my point. There is a militant effect from narcissist all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom. Narcissists are the one that divide black against white, Asian against whoever, straight against gay, Christians against this, against Muslims, we'll say, or whatever, and men versus women. You're right. As long as they can divide us, they will be in power and control forever and ever. Now, I had a friend a while back who I realized years later that he was a narcissist. I eventually just got rid of this person, and it was the same way. Like, he was kind of a dominant kind of person, but then every now and then, like a total stranger, we'd go to a restaurant, we'd go somewhere and goof around, and boom, he would just like completely like take a physical step back, like this person was in charge. And I remember like, what the fuck's he doing? And when the person left, I'm like, why did you bow down to that person? You acted like this person was like your officer or something. It was just a weird... And I started noticing there is a ranking system in the narcissist community, for sure. Alright, so all I'm saying is, yeah, there are people that are at the top, but the question is, who are they? Well, they are narcissists. So let's go back to what I'm talking about. So they're trying to divide us. Now, that's not even what this video is about. It's about we've gotten so far to where people are like, don't even consider dating anymore. Like, they're just like, no. So when I read what she wrote, it kind of almost, I'm not going to say it broke me, but it was like, so she wrote, I can't help to feel like there might be someone out there that understands me. I just thought, man, when I listened to this young lady's music, that's how I feel. I thought, wow, that's, she put it in perfect words. And I have a feeling that's where a lot of people are at right now. A lot of people. Like, they're not even there, but it's almost like they're not even there anymore. They're out of that feeling like, well, there's no one out there that understands me anymore. So I'll tell you what I really think is going on is it's almost like it's time to wake up. It's time to, like the things that we've already been learning, especially a lot of you on this channel, is we're seeing the red flags. We're learning about the red flags. We're realizing like, okay, I've been here before, and not to fall for it. Like, one of the hardest things for open-hearted people or loving people or empaths, we always want to overlook people doing us wrong. We want to make up an excuse for them, like, because we want to see the best in them. The problem is we get to the point where we only want to see good in them, even when they're really doing bad to us. And we tend to have a challenge of blinding ourselves to just seeing it. Like, hey, this person went hot and cold 3 times in the last 15 minutes. This person bailed on you on a date. This person, you know what I mean? Like it might be little things, but you're like, hey, wait, what's going on here? It's like you're not... Okay, I just heard a phrase today. The love ends where the disrespect begins. He said, love ends where you have to beg, and that's where you have to stop it. So on a grander scale, what I think is going on, it's like we're learning. And it is like a spiritual lesson because you're like, wow, another person? You got to be kidding me. They seemed so nice when I first met them. They seem so, blah, blah, blah. Whether it's a love bombing or even if it's not love bombing, they just seem like a really kind, gentle, caring person. And then boom, next thing you know, they ghost you. And you're like, what happened? So like I said, on a grander scale, what we're learning, it's almost like it's a classroom. It's class time. It's like you have to learn these lessons before you move on to the next level. It's like, and the lesson is self-respect, and the real lesson is self-love. Some people, when they get hurt, they leave. That's it. When something feels off, they open their eyes. They start tuning in, or they leave. Then there's other people that, well, we just want to see the good in people. Well, that's just going to get you hurt. Now, let me quantify or qualify that. I mean, we only want to see the good in people, even when there is no good, or even when they're purposely playing games. And you can see it. They do the hot and cold thing. You're like, whoa, what is this? Like, why are they because they're assholes. That's why. And it's almost like because they're a test for you. Unfortunately, if you lose these tests or fail these tests, you get hurt emotionally really bad. And here's the deal. I really do believe we are in some kind of learning program. And we are being tested. And so what is the purpose? The purpose is to get you to listen to yourself. To listen, just period. Listen to yourself. Whether it's a mental thought, an emotional feeling, a physical feeling. To pay attention to yourself. To reconnect with yourself. And to follow yourself. If you've got a gut feeling something's off, then get out of there. You start noticing someone's going hot and cold on you. You go, are they playing games or are they nervous? Like, what is this? Then there's the other side of the fence where there's damaged people. They might be good people, but they're doing things to hurt you. Now, the whole avoidance scene, that's another thing. Like, wow, now we got another crop of people that are damaged. They're going out damaging society, and they are. But what we're told is they're actually good people. They have good hearts. And the difference between avoidant and narcissist, avoidants actually have feelings. In fact, they have so much feelings they get overwhelmed by them. That's why they'll ghost and pull away. Now, I don't know if this is 100% true. All of what I do know is the supposed experts are the ones telling us, but all the experts I found online are avoidants. So they're kind of telling us like this is the way you need to deal with avoidant. And I'm kind of going, no, we don't have to deal with an avoidant at all. I've made videos about avoidance. I'm not going to go into that too much now, but I started noticing like it was really weird. Like they keep saying, okay, well, here's the way you've got to interact with avoidant. Here's what you got to do. So they're telling society, like you as a society, 90+% of people, you need to change, not the avoidant. It's like you need to learn stuff, not the avoidant. I'm like, no, I think it's the avoidant that needs to heal. I think it's the avoidant that needs to learn. I think it's the avoidant that needs to go to therapy, even if they are a good person. They're damaging people, period. So let's say best case scenario is avoidants actually are good people. And they do have hearts, and they have strong feelings that they hide inside, and they get overwhelmed by them. Well, that's fine, but they're damaging you. And if someone's damaging you, whether they're doing it on purpose or because they're damaged and hurt and scared, I don't think it really matters. I think it's time for you to go, you know what? This isn't what I signed up for. This isn't what I'm looking for in a relationship, and move on. I do really believe that because a lot of people are put into isolation or self-isolated because of narcissist abuse. I really believe all of this is to heal, to learn, to grow, to strengthen, to literally, and I didn't used to like this until I really understood what it meant, was to have a really sharp cutoff game. If someone's rude, disrespectful, cut them off. Move on. Next. Because otherwise you're just going to continue to get hurt. And that's what I think this is all about. To only interact with and deal with people that are respectful, that are kind, that are nice to you, that are good people, loving people, that treat you well. Now, this younger generation is kind of almost like it's saying, oh, no, 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 we need to just accept these people the way they are. No, we don't. They're never going to heal. Now, here's the one thing about avoidance. They can heal, but they really don't have a reason to, because not only are people not holding them accountable, they're essentially saying, oh, well, just go on and damage people. That's okay. Well, it's what you do. Instead of saying, hey, bro, that's not cool at all. I think you need some help. I think you need some therapy. I just think there's so much damage going on that there's so many people right now that don't even want to date. And I essentially went through it for the last 5 years. I'm trying to come out of it, but it's kind of hard. It's like, yeah, I don't know. You're cute. You seem like a really kind person, but the last 10 kind people I've met tended to be little demons. At least I'm faster now getting out. I really think what the overall lesson is to find yourself, to connect with yourself, to strengthen that bond, and to really tune into your intuition, your emotions, your feelings, and follow through with what they're telling you. Hey, something doesn't feel right. Get out of the room. Get out of there. Something's not right about this person. That's all you need to know. Move on. And I think the greater you begin to listen to yourself and to connect with yourself and to have this sense of self-love, to where you like, yeah, I'm not going to allow this to go on, and you just move on. I think that's when you start finding the good people, the good friends, the good coworkers, the right person to date, the right person to fall in love with. I think that's the point of all of this. And it's almost like that's kind of the reward. And I think there's a healing factor involved in all of this. I think a lot of us carry energy from, call it past lives or karma, or maybe just from childhood. And we tend to get back into relationships with people that wounded us when we were younger, because it brings up the wound for us to heal. That's why you keep getting attracted until you heal it. And once you heal it, you'll never go back to that kind of person, whether it's a relationship or business or, a friendship or whatever. Because once it ends, you suddenly don't attract those kind of people in your life, and you're not attracted to them either. They don't come up on your radar anymore. How I know this is because I've gone through it, and there's things in my life that I used to always go back to. And even people like, Michael, what are you doing? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I was blind to it. But once I saw it and once I healed it, just didn't exist anymore. So that's it for this video. I think I may start doing videos on emotional healing for breakups and heartbreaks and relationship breakups and stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. Don't give up hope. I really do believe that we have taken a really good turn for the better. And I think we're really starting to see it right now. So I'm going to leave it at that. God bless you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, please click subscribe, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment. And if you are interested, buy one of my dating relationship books. The 2 books for women, the gold books, well, now they're orange, but the Why Men Just Don't Get It and Every Woman's Battle, The Need for Love and Emotional Fulfillment. These are books on healing your emotions to help you understand what's going on between men and women. And the book Crack the Female Code is not it's an understanding book, but it helps you to heal. I think what people are surprised, because the way I market my business is dating, relationship coaching, how to meet the girl. Yeah, that's all very true, but the entire intention and purpose behind my work is to help men and women to heal their emotions, to come from a place of understanding and compassion, and learning how to communicate on a level in a way you can understand each other so you can get along and bond emotionally. So I'm trying to find a way to market my business in a way that's more congruent, in a way that I can actually get clients. Alright, that's it guys. God bless you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.